Hey everyone, welcome to Talk Together. How's it hanging? Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us for an evening of talking about D&D. And we're talking about D&D with the cast of Into the Wastelands, the Eternal Army, the new show coming to Roll Together week after next. Week after next. Yeah. We know what's going on. Good. Right. Good. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you all for joining us as well. It's lovely to see all of you. I'll have you know that some people are calling into this lovely interview from holiday. That's how much they care about you, audience. That's how much they want you to know what they're up to. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I'm Chris. I'll be hosting tonight. I'll be chatting to all of these lovely people. We're going through some enticing questions and adventurous anecdotes with dice rolls, deciding what questions we ask. Before we kick off, the stream will run for an hour. We're delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge, Ultra Pro, and Elderwood Academy, and supported by D&D Beyond, Warriors of Waterdeep, and Level Up Dice. We're All Together RPG on all socials. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon, and our shows are available as podcasts if you want to listen to them there as well. Right, that's enough from me for a bit. So, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Chris. Hello.
Wow. The energy and enthusiasm reeking off all of you is uncanny. I'm going to pick on Naail. What's his name? Naail, it's your show, baby. Why don't you tell us all about it?
So, following Escape from Carceri, the sort of, well, I guess, sort of, you know, the last sort of remnants was the talks of this Eternal Army, which for me, I love interconnected stuff. So of course, the next thing had to be exploring the nuggets that had fallen in the last one. So yeah, I've got a band of wonderful adventurers that are ready to play a solid 12-parter exploring this sort of idea that I've been working on for quite some time now.
Can you give us any more than that?
I feel like a Marvel Studios like exec. It's like,
hey, if this is Marvel, be Tom Holland. Let it slip. Come on.
The Eternal Army have been around for quite a long time.
Eternity, one might say.
One might say, but for this campaign is kind of going to really delve into the secrets of the world that we've built together as a wonderful sort of collective group roll together, and hopefully lay a bit of inspiration for a bit of lore for others maybe to kick off from. Cool. And really sort of allow you guys to feel like adventurers and heroes, and also give maybe like a cool interesting, ambiguous words of like maybe not a bad guy, maybe a good guy, maybe an anti-hero, maybe, you know, these kinds of things.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. So that was I don't like to spoil things, but I'm very excited. This has been an idea that I've been working on for like years, really, cool. And had multiple variations on. And this is kind of the culmination of all those ideas being squished into one sort of 12-parter. And I was having loads of fun. Hopefully there's going to be some cool names like Modern Canaan that's going to come up and other things like that. Which is quite exciting for me. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of what I love about D&D, is all the ties and stuff like that, and why they all kind of make sense. Hopefully everybody feels the same when we play the game. Or it might not make any sense.
That sounds great. Sounds ambitious, and ambition is always good. So splendid. How exciting. Well, we've got the rest of the cast here. Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. Oh. Why don't we have a quick intro to you and your character? Because, I mean, some of you are playing new characters and some of you aren't. So let's start with G. G, why don't you tell us a bit about you and your character?
Cool. Yeah, I'm G. I use he/him pronouns, and I've done a bunch of these campaigns now. I was in Carceri as Lorcan, but Lorcan is not returning to this campaign. I am going to be playing Vega, also a he/him, and Vega is a giant lion man who's about 8 feet tall, and a monk of the 4 elements. So yeah, he uses badass elemental powers and punches people a lot.
Is the whole Vega from Street Fighter thing a fair analogy, or is that just a cool name?
No, it's just a cool name.
All right, cool. Just checking. I was hoping for a second it was a laying in with a nice little half domino mask and fake claws. That would have been a very
Yeah, is he gonna like scream his own name? Like, Vega, Vega.
Probably not.
Everyone in this campaign is secretly a Pokemon.
Wish that were true. Cool. And a monk of the Way of the Four Elements. That's a rare class to play, traditionally seen as underpowered.
I did not know that.
No, it's good.
Well,
Awesome.
Yeah, I just thought I've played a monk before in a home game. But yeah, I just thought it would be fun.
Sounds cool. Any particular backstory reveals or dips you want to give us before the campaign starts?
He grew up in a like gladiatorial ring where
Nice.
his mother had been the champion lioness gladiator fighter person, but then was defeated. And
no.
he grew up there and trained and became a fighter himself, and is now wanders and goes to find fighting tournaments to take part in, basically.
Am I getting the sense this might be a This Is Sparta character? Just hoofing people off cliffs, shouting.
No, it's more. It's a bit more kung fu, like the old TV show Kung Fu.
Cool.
But with less of the no, we should not use violence. We should try because he just likes to punch people.
Sounds really cool. Thank you, G. Awesome stuff. Let's move on to choices. Hannah.
Me.
Hannah. Yeah.
Hi. So I am Hannah. My pronouns are she, her, as are my characters. Protea Ernouvé. Protea is probably how we're doing it because while I speak French, I don't want to force everybody else to listen to me do it. And Protea is a femme eladrin wizard, which, yes, choices, but at the minute, and for as long as Protea has known herself, she's been in spring. Because if you were Protea, wouldn't you be? So, yeah.
I love her already.
A very different character to who I've been playing a lot, and who I played my last campaign with.
Yeah.
So, I thought I'd go for something very different, squishy and enthusiastic.
Is there a particular reason that you've swapped the massive battle axe for the spellbook?
I'm kind of making my way through class by class.
Sure.
And I haven't played a wizard really in a very, very, very long time. And I haven't played it with either Roll Together or its previous incarnation. And so I just thought, why not? And I wanted to play an Eladrin. And I looked at the Eladrin and I thought, oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think, why not a wizard?
Yeah, Eladrin and Wizard is a nice combo, it's true. Have you picked a Wizard subclass?
Yes, I'm sure I have. I'm absolutely sure I have. And if you check my D&D Beyond sheet, I'm sure it's there. I believe I'm doing conjuration or summoning.
Cool.
Basically,
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to make it so that this Eladrin lovely posh wanker does not end up in a position where she will be squeezed.
Right. So
Yeah.
lots of burly animals and fae and other things around you taking all the hits.
Lots of running away.
Classic wizard move. Yeah,
Being
absolutely.
somewhere else to then do fun nonsense. So
Well,
that's
I mean,
her.
you can Misty Step, which is one of the best running away spells in the game, so
Yeah, free action Misty Step.
Very nice. Well, looking forward to meeting Protea properly. Who's next? I kind of want to save Rebecca for last. Evie, tell all.
Oh, hi. I am Evie. I use she, her pronouns, and I am going to be bringing a new character by the name of Malice Facile. Who? What? That's cool, not funny. Why are you laughing?
Malice Vessel? I don't know.
Facile.
Oh, I apologise. Yes, of course. They're completely
Yeah.
different words.
God. That's just rude.
Tell us about Malice Vessel.
So Malice is a drow Psy warrior fighter
Cool.
who at first appears very menacing, dark and brooding, but is really awkward and just trying to fit in and trying his best. So yeah, and I'm hopeful that he's going to be a sweetheart that is also terrifying.
I mean, that's a balance, I suppose. There's going to be a sort of interesting crossplay there. Interesting. A drow sweetheart is not a classic sort of trope of the universe. Is there any particular reason you went in that direction?
I just like the juxtaposition.
Yeah.
That's basically it. I like to take something dark and brooding and evil and just make it cuddly and sweet because it tickles me.
I mean, you have past form of that with your Dampier character from Gloomfalls and Monster Hunters.
Oh yeah. Let's hope this isn't just a reskin.
No, not at all. My brain did a thing because Malice is a drow name. There's a drow character called Malice in one of the books, and I'm trying to. I think it's one of the matron mothers of one of the houses. So big shoes.
Fair enough. Originally I was going to have my last name not being the very cool and awesome Vasil, but I was going to have it as Blishtar in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged reference. But I then went in a very different direction.
Oh, I wish you had.
Great.
Cool. Did we say class? We didn't, did we? We didn't.
Yeah, I'm a Psy warrior fighter.
Oh, wow. What weapon?
Trident. Why am I getting laughs?
I don't know. It's just such a combo. It's such a combo. It sounds really cool.
Bombastic. It's bombastic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's already a very interesting party in and of itself. So that's very cool. Thank you, Evie. Lovely stuff. Mikey.
Yo. So I'm playing Jamie Link, she, her. And I'm playing with something new. I'm trying a multi-class of sorcerer, shadow sorcerer, and hexblade warlock. Because shadows, why not? That's the only reason I've got, because shadows. So yeah, maybe slightly underpowered because it's not quite the perfect multi-class just yet. But
I mean, what level are you starting at? We're not going to have this conversation. We could do this for hours, and it's not fun to watch. But yeah, then, Mikey, you and I should have a chat. Let's power level this.
Yeah,
cool.
Just absolutely build the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
And she's a. Did I say she's a half elf drow descent?
You didn't. Interesting. Any relation to Malice?
Maybe. We'll just have to find out.
I'm getting from the faces that maybe I shouldn't have asked that question, so let's move swiftly on.
It's more, we haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, I see. Oh, well. Interesting.
Yeah, so that could be something really exciting for everybody to discover.
Definitely, yeah.
And
I mean, I feel like the reveal should now be that they're not related in any way, shape, or form. They just spend
the whole time trying to figure each other out. Like, are we? Nah.
I swear I recognize you.
Cute, lovely.
Yeah, and I'm going for a real sort of classic adventure trope of kind of becoming someone new, changing who she is and finding herself. So I'm going to really play with, it's such a great one to just take a big chunk out of that trope and go for it. So
do I sense a troubled past?
Feeling. Maybe.
Intriguing.
We'll see what Evie comes up with, and we'll. I'll go. Sounds like a plan.
Lovely. Well, potential siblings, potential friends, cousins. Who knows? And last but certainly not least, Rebecca. I mean, who are you playing?
I am Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns. I am bringing back Veracity Tallow, the flammable ball of chaos from Seekers of Elturel Buried.
You must be pumped.
I'm so excited. I missed her so much.
How are you handling the whole? Because Seekers ended with a bit of a cliffhanger.
I mean, emotionally, badly, but practically, Naail and I have had long conversations, and I've chatted with quite a lot of the cast of Buried because they aren't here, or G's here, but 355 is not. And checking in with all of them that they're happy because, I got a message from Nat, who played Granny Valka in Buried, going, I'm so happy you're bringing Veracity back, but Valka would not have abandoned her. What have you done? So we've put in a lot of work to make sure that we can bring Veracity back without just trampling the really nice party she had before, because that would be really sad.
Yeah, sure. I mean, a million things can happen under the sun. Who knows? It would be interesting to see where you've ended up and how. I think that's probably going to be part of the first session. So cool. How exciting. I mean, okay, I'm going to roll some dice in a second, I promise. But Naail, I have to ask now. You played in Buried, and you're now DMing a character that you played opposite, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? How that's going to go? What you're going to do?
I was initially quite. It was like, whoa, that's a lot of responsibility because of what we obviously ended with was such a wonderful consequence. I think it's the best way to phrase it.
Veracity saved you all. I think that's the way we're going to frame it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to frame it. Thank you, Chris.
And I will say that because we've kind of talked about that, we are leaving sort of those kinds of wrap-up issues with what will come with that party again. Yeah. So for me, it was coming up with some real fun with Rebecca about what to do with Veracity while she's on a little solo adventure, I guess, in a way.
Set fire to things.
Exactly.
I mean,
lots of things.
I have to ask, is the curse still in effect?
Of course, yeah. There was no way that we were going to get around that. And I think we're at a higher level anyway from the end of Seekers.
Same level, I think. Same level. We finished level 8.
Yeah, we will be getting to higher levels by the end of this campaign. So it doesn't make sense to go back in time to, do you know what I mean, play this character. And also it gives Veracity such a wonderful time to like grow. And I really hope that I give the space to do that through this story. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Rebecca does. I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody does with their characters, because it just sounds like, after having wonderful chats with everyone and hearing about their characters, it's just boosted my excitement levels for what this is going to be. Because for me, D&D is great and being a DM is great. The only thing that really ever makes a game is the players. So it's more exciting to hear about what they're going to do, and hopefully that campaign delivers on that and we get some really good fun.
Well, in that vein, should we roll some dice and ask some questions of the entire group? What do we think?
Roll
that dice.
Roll that dice. We have a 5, which means, anyone doing any cosplay? Anyone going to have a little bit of dress up as their character? Can we see? Minji already looks like a lion.
I was about to say, I feel like I've got it covered.
If your hair did the out as much as your beard did, I mean, yeah, could you gel it?
I mean, I could. I'm not good.
I didn't think you would. Anyone else planning on doing small costume pieces for the show?
Find an umbrella, maybe. My character carries an umbrella around permanently. So maybe I'll find an umbrella.
Okay.
And ruin your audio by just reflecting everywhere.
That's very bad luck.
Yeah.
I don't know what the elven equivalent of like a barber jacket would be, so probably not.
The elven equivalent of a barber jacket is a
barber jacket and some red trousers, baby. I have no idea.
I mean, Han, you're going for French.
I don't
right?
own either of those things.
But you're going for French accented, so you're not going to go for like proper English toff, because the proper English.
No, I'm not doing French accent. She is fully naturalized. No, darling.
Oh
it's
God.
Definitely this.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not in this campaign. Good, lovely, okay. But no other costume pieces we're going to have on screen. I mean, some
I'm
of
going
you
to
as
attempt some
character.
purple as a colour motif, but that's all I can
Ooh,
manage.
That's pretty
I
cool.
might whack out some fun buns for the finale.
Yes.
There you go.
I mean, I'm going to struggle.
Could you
Why?
dress
Yeah, you need
as
to
the
change.
weather?
Yeah.
Change into
Dunno.
like 20 different outfits as we meet each NPC. Just run off. And...
I'm going
If
to,
you
you know what?
made
Student theatre style, just a different hat for every character.
Yeah, I might get like a load of different like ideas, and that way that'll be my like NPC hook. Like I'll go up to my little brother's room and I'll pull out all his fancy dress stuff. And then I'll just lay them out on the floor and I'll be like, okay, you meet a dwarf with an eye patch.
Arr! The moment it goes on, perfect. Good. Cool. All right. Well, that was a quick question, but fun to ask. Good one. Let's roll that dice again and hopefully get a slightly longer answer this time. That's not on you, that's on me. Right. Dice bouncing. Ho ho, that's never good. Oh, it's a nat one.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Who would you kill? No.
Okay. What are you most worried about encountering in this campaign? Could be a
sorry,
monster.
my shit-eating grin.
I don't want Niall to hear this.
Encountering Nile?
Could be a monster. Could be like a. Does your character have like a fear, a pet peeve, a phobia even?
Yeah. Yeah, what?
I'm not sure I feel comfortable with this.
It feels like entrapment.
I mean, I can go because I have an existing character who is now, for some weird reason, really scared of a particular archfey, who is very pissed with Veracity. So Veracity is constantly looking over her shoulder, would really not like to meet said archfey to come give her more curses.
I mean, what I really want is for there to be like people who make jam in every town you go to go like, is it the same person or is it just someone who makes jam? I don't know. Sorry,
the real question.
The archfey's called Drusilda the Conservator. I'm sorry, that's a joke that makes no sense otherwise.
She made so much marmalade. But I think the real question will be whether Veracity has learnt, therefore, to hold her tongue in tricky situations.
I mean, I'm going
The
with
answer
no.
is probably no.
Yeah. Anyone else? Things where you're thinking like my character might not like this, or there's a thing from my past that I wouldn't want to see again.
I'll be super vague, and maybe something coming and taking her back. Maybe. Let's be super vague and suspicious about it.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Something? What kind of thing?
Something.
Sorry. That's such a knowing evil laugh.
Something shadowy, maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know how vague is too vague, and everybody's just been like, "You're being annoying now."
No, I'm intrigued. Shadowy is in Shadowfell. Shadowy is in demonic.
I mean, we're both very familiar on how much Naail loves the Shadowfell, so
I bloody love it, mate. Get me in the
I'm basically
deep
just
dark
giving him the
despair.
opportunity to like wait around.
All right,
the corner
Mikey,
and
say
hit me
no
in the
more.
face with it.
Okay. Any more for any more? Or were you like, I'm not giving the DM this ammo? That's not happening.
I mean, I think that Protea is probably not great at being in a situation where she is very clearly not the most sparkly thing in the room, or like, you know? So
Yeah.
I think fear of being dismissed, if that's anything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I'd say so. Interesting one as
Oh,
well.
that's beautiful. Yeah, no, thank you.
You're welcome.
All the NPCs
I
are just
don't
going to
care.
ignore you now.
No, it's just like it's nice, like to have these tidbits. Like I hope you do know. I will use all of this.
Darling, we're telling stories. That's the point. What are stories without conflict?
Cool. Gee, I think we've got your answer somehow.
Yeah, I don't think, like, certainly Vega is, maybe is the thing he doesn't want to come up against is things he like can't punch his way out of. Like if there's some bad guy or bad person to deal with that, you know, talking your way out of it is going to be the better option, then that's not really what he goes for. Although he's actually, I mean, he's quite persuasive actually, but
In my head, I never look at monks and think similar characteristics to barbarians. If I can't hit it, I can't deal with it. But kind of, I guess.
It's the real Goku. Like, it's just... Do you know what I mean? Like, if I can't hit it, what's the point?
It makes no sense in my brain.
Go on, Evie. Anything to add, or are you going to keep it all close to your chest?
Well, the thing that Malice wants not to encounter is the thing that's going to be encountered in the first session no matter what, which is an adventuring party.
Hang on. Why?
Story God.
A hint? A soupçon?
May have been wronged by heroic people in the past.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I can't wait. It's...
I think that went well. I'm pleased with that one. Should we roll again? I promise some of these will not ruin you. Good, right. In fact, I've rolled 2 of these and they've both been all right, but I'm sure people can do better. Someone got a dice? Let's have your roll instead.
What is the dice
D20.
amount? Oh, D20. Someone rolled.
9.
Oh, there we go.
9. Thank you very much, G. Okay. Did your character concept have a particular origin point? As in, I've played this character before, or I had a concept I wanted to explore? To everyone. Except now.
That's a great question.
I mean, I got loads of character concepts.
For this campaign.
There's millions of NPCs in this.
Who would like to go first on that one? I won't pick. Who wants to go first?
I just looked through the list of species that I hadn't played, looking for one I hadn't played before, and Leonin came in, and yeah, that triggered the being a gladiator idea, and then I think I just picked monk randomly because I hadn't played a monk for a while.
When you said lion and gladiator, is that because lion's in the gladiatorial pit?
Yeah.
Like you put that connection? Interesting.
Are you going to do the Russell Crowe?
No.
I'm a bit disappointed, but...
No, put in a musical sequence and then G can sing and it'll be like Russell Crowe. It'll be fine. Anyone else? Particular things?
I had kind of like an image, I guess, because I'd never played a fighter before, and I've been intrigued by the size stuff since that was introduced. So I saw that, and I just had an image in my mind of like a really tall, very long, white-haired fella floating in the air with like whited-out eyes, and it's all epic and awesome. And then he slips like he's had a banana peel under his foot in midair, and I just ran with it.
Okay, that's my response to that. Okay. Are there side banana peels? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Wow.
Have you not heard of side bananas?
No.
Well, I clearly have the superior D&D knowledge. I am bluffing. Don't tell him.
I mean,
yeah, like, I'm surprised
tell
you've not
them.
heard of ethereal monkeys.
There we go.
The beautiful thing about D&D is it's all in your mind anyway, so you may well do, and that's good. Cool. Side bananas. Anyone else got anything to add? Character thoughts, concepts, places they came from?
Well, this probably actually gives Naail half a chance to speak, but basically Naail hasn't shut up about the Shadowfell, so it kind of ended up me going, and then started investigating slightly out of pure... It's almost like it's been berated into my brain by him talking about it so much. I've ended up going, tweaking.
Okay, I now have to ask, is your character related to Barda?
No, not at all.
I was thinking that as well.
Not part human, part skeleton? No.
No, I think I just love the Shadowfell. Me and Mike are very good friends, and I used to spend a lot of time. Well, I still do spend a lot of time. I used to.
Wow, it's done now. Awkward time to mention it now.
I spent a lot of time with Mike, and we spent a lot of time talking about D&D. And one of the things that I really got into is the Shadowfell, and we play another game in a bar, and I run that. And then recently we had to do one shots rather than run the actual campaign. Mm-hmm. So I just said to Mike, hey, do you remember I was talking about all that Shadowfell stuff? We're doing it. And I think the game before Mike, I TPK'd the entire party. And Mike came in with like this new character kind of concept, and we've had like a lot of good fun chatting about it.
We should mention, by the way, the Mike's curse. Are you all aware of Mike's curse? To make sure everyone's...
No.
You're not? You're not aware of Mike's curse?
Yes.
I don't know Mike's curse.
None of you know Mike's curse? Was it not covered in the session
Mike's
zero
trying
that
to
Mike is
remember
cursed?
Mike's curse.
We talked about my curse. Well, Veracity's curse, but not Mike's.
No. Michael is cursed. Michael is legit.
Oh,
Like fucking cursed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, you all wait.
Mike can't make it through 2 sessions.
Second session and I croak it on too many occasions.
Very,
Well,
very regularly.
Have you
Very
rolled up another character now?
Might be an idea. Just saying.
I'm just hoping now it's figured something out in preparation.
I mean, I've packed Revivify, but I don't know that Veracity will like you yet, so we'll have to wait and see.
And that's
Didn't even-
reasonable. That's a reasonable choice as well.
Like, now...
We'll see. We'll see.
But now,
We'll
Mike, now
see.
see, here comes the question I must ask now then.
Mm.
Are you going to have a backup character in case, or are you going to go, if I write a backup character, that means that Jamie is going to die? Jamie, damn it. Jamie, thank you. Means that Jamie is going to die, therefore I can't.
See, I don't jinx it. I've always had a rule. I feel like it is actually a question that you've had on previous talks together. But I don't believe in having a second character backup because I feel like you're automatically asking yourself for trouble by
I mean,
doing
it
that.
sounds
Even
like
if I
that
still-
hasn't served you particularly well.
Because when you keep making stupid ass choices, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that maybe you should have a backup character and make them terrible so that you don't want to play
Yeah.
them, so you start making good choices. I'm just putting it
That's
out there.
true.
Mm.
But I am actually finding myself relatively invested in what Jamie could be, especially now Evie and I have sort of had a couple of ideas. That made me even more excited because now we're putting something a bit more
Mm.
And I
It's a
will
very-
say,
skeleton
Sorry.
character right now.
I was going to say, to put pressure on this as well, you've technically done a test play with me. So the first episode we sit down to do will be the second time you play this character.
Oh dear. Oh no.
That's a really good point.
Well,
On a completely unrelated note, Niall, do I start off with any diamonds?
No.
if memory serves, you're spending the first session going somewhere where there might be diamonds, so you could purchase one.
Just pray
Maybe,
to the dice gods and we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. I've got contingencies in plan.
Right, good. I'm glad you've planned ahead for Mike dying. That's important. As I always say, if there's a TPK, it's the DM's fault, not the players. Good. Right. Let's roll this dice again. Someone else would like to roll the dice? It doesn't have to be me. It could be
I'll
me.
throw one out.
Do it.
2.
2. Mm-hmm.
Already starting well with my dice. You're not coming to next session.
Do you have any party pets, hirelings, followers, hangers-on that come with your character?
I have a wildfire spirit called Sparky.
True.
Cute.
Has everyone heard about Sparky? Knows a bit about Sparky? No? Tell us a bit about Sparky, Rebecca.
Sparky is my fire, I think, elemental. I haven't looked at my character sheet in a really long time. My wildfire spirit, anyway, that lives inside Veracity and comes out whenever she's feeling a bit stressed. And is basically a humanoid figure, exactly the same shape and build as Veracity, that peels off her skin, fights things, heals people, and then peels back inside. He's great. He can fly.
No other party like pets or familiars or anything like that? Has our wizard got a familiar?
Afraid not. She's out here doing it on her own, quite deliberately.
Mhm.
So it should be interesting. She may acquire one accidentally, but not. I don't think I would give, even though she's a spring eladrin, I don't think I'd give her a plant. Do you know what I mean?
I like the idea that you have somehow, by mistake, spent an hour summoning a familiar. Like you had an hours-long mistake.
Sounds like Protea, to be honest.
Oh, I was casting Identify.
Just thought it'd be very funny, and now I've got it. What
Oh
do I do?
no, you're that kind of posh person. I bought this rabbit for a laugh, and now I've got it. It shits everywhere.
Yeah,
I was going to say, something that actually I was going to chat with Evie about is that Evie might be accompanied by someone from work.
From work, you say?
Yeah, I had thought whilst we were having our little chat, and then I was gonna message before we start the game. But I guess
Just do
it's
it now.
might as well spoil it now. It's just gonna be
This is the
fun.
first I'm hearing about it, and I'm excited.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, you will. I think Evie will definitely have someone joining along.
Like, hang on, what's Malice's job?
Well, he's a salesperson at the local supermarket.
Amazing.
Roll a deception check.
I
Interesting.
suck at deception.
Okay, so there'll be another Walmart greeter coming.
The worst
Backpacker.
kind of
Yeah.
party member.
Hey, have a lovely day. Good. Lovely. Interesting. The plot thickens even further, it seems. Let's have another dice roll.
I have one.
Oh,
That is 18.
The high rollers.
even in this, the thing that has no... Sorry, Rebecca always rolls well. I don't know what it is. Did you have 2 nat 20s in a row in the last campaign?
Yes.
Yeah.
Loaded dice.
They're not.
Not
She swaps them out. I've seen her do it, and they're still unbelievable.
swap them out deliberately because people say that, but no one
Yeah.
has watched me do it.
Yeah, it's uncanny. It's
Some
brilliant.
people are gifted, you know.
I'm
When
just
Rebecca
jealous.
was specking, she got luck as her feet, and that's fine.
What magic items have you chosen? Most of our games people have magic items of some description. Are you still choosing? Or do you have some options? Could we talk through the options? What does Veracity come with?
One quite prosaic and one just for silly. I have a ring of protection because I am a 2 foot tall gnome child. I don't have very much AC.
Hang on.
So I have a ring of protection to bump it a little.
How old were you in the last campaign?
We don't put a number on it because then we're suddenly bringing a child of a specific age into a battlefield and it gets weird.
True.
So we go with gnomes age differently from humans and she's a child and we just then move on.
Great. Cool.
She's young. And we're only, Naail, did you say we're like only weeks away from the end of Buried?
If that, like at a push.
Oh boy.
Wow,
Oh,
so she's
boy.
proper stressed. Okay, so Veracity is more
boy.
traumatized than I'd realized. This is going to be fun. So she's still child. She hasn't hit puberty yet. It's going to be great. She'll have to hit puberty at some point though, because that will be hilarious. And then I also have a fireproof cloak, which George created for me.
just a smart thing to have as as a wildfire druid, not a flame
It
druid.
does a neat thing where if I take any fire damage, it then makes me fire resistant for a turn, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, very neat, but mainly for flavor.
It's still a nice item. It's clever. What else has everyone got that they've already decided on, or what choices are you making at the moment?
I think I'm going with a barrier tattoo.
Nice.
Well, I was choosing between that, a Ring of Free Action, and the Atlas of Endless Horizons.
Okay.
Yeah, an interesting mix. Basically, I just want Protea to have been sent out into the world with something from Mummy that will help keep her daughter safe and run away. So,
I'm not going to Google. I'm just going to ask. The Atlas of Endless Horizons is the Conjuration spellbook from Tasha's.
I believe so.
Does that have the teleportation effect?
Yes, as a reaction to being hit
Yeah.
by an attack.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all, but I think I've decided to go for the barrier tattoo because,
Increases your AC, no?
well, not only that, but it's also a reminder that she can't really get rid of that there are people who give her who want her to come home. And no, darling, you'll always be part of this family. So that sort of vibe. For flavor as well as for the, you know.
I mean, this desperate
Less squish.
posho. This desperate posho. My God.
Yeah, bud. Yeah. The anti-barrier. Come on.
I mean, they're both parts of your personality, just in very different ways.
Hey, excuse your mouth.
Wow.
Hannah and I go way back. It's perfectly valid. Good. Anyone else? Magical items?
I think I'm going to dabble with a Far Realm Shard this time.
Intriguing. Not the Shadowfell Shard?
I didn't know there was a Shadowfell Shard. So let me just come back.
Sure. Evie, G, any particular thoughts yet?
I'll probably just flick through a book and see where my finger lands.
Cool.
Solid. I love it.
G, you're probably the same. That sounds like a very you sort of thing to do.
I mean, it is often, but I've got several tabs open on my other computer that I've been looking at.
What are you leaning towards?
Hang on, what have I opened up? I've got Ring of Spell Storing, Ring of the Ram, Spell Rot Tattoo, Bag of Beans, or a Cube of Force are my thoughts so far.
I mean...
Cubes of Force are brilliant.
Cubes of Force are very cool, and they're very rare. I don't see them very often. Because it's all about different walls and protection of different aspects, right? Yeah, just clever.
Yeah, very useful.
Good feeling with ranged things, which is a classic monk problem. It's interesting. Bag of Beans is just silly, but it's excellent silly, so that's good too. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll think, or maybe the ring of spell storing or the spell rot tattoo are interesting.
As a non-spellcaster, can you use your key points to cast spells into it effectively?
I guess. Well, actually, so there's one. I have one spell as part of my 4 elements, which is Shatter.
Right.
But other than that, it would have to be getting other people to cast stuff into it.
It's a really interesting thought to make a character that isn't really a spellcaster, make the magic item a ring of spell storing. You're going to your allies going, what do you want to drop in here? Like, that's a really...
Or like
really
trying
cool
to find NPCs that I can get them to put spells in.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Trust you. You always do stuff like this. Interesting, quirky little...
Things outside the box.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm genuinely the most worried about you.
I will say, from experience, case of lucky, he only has 1 class. For audience members who don't know, G played a character in a campaign that I ran that had 5 classes? 4.
4. Well, if I get a chance to bring him back again, he'll have fun.
Yeah. It was every combat was, G, what do you want to do? Hang on. Look through my endless list of low-level spells and see which one I want to use.
Like a lot of that was like us as well. Like G clearly had a plan, and we were like, "Fuck your plans."
That happened so many times.
I mean, that's D&D. I've never played a D&D game where you don't make plans, and then by the time it gets your turn, go, "Nope," and just start doing something else entirely. Yeah.
When you have a whole round and the plan seems fine, and it's the person right before you totally screws it out.
Always. Absolutely always.
Me. It was me.
Yeah, probably. There were enough scenarios where it's just the two of you ruining each other's lives. It is true. Cool. Let's have another dice roll. Who wants to go this time?
I do.
Evie.
Yeah. Been waiting for this moment all day. 8.
Waiting for this moment?
Yes, particularly.
Interesting. Well, then this question might be one that's sort of one that you wanted to have, or it might not be one you wanted to have. I don't know. Naail, it's more of a question for you from the rest of the party, but maybe they can all tell you what they're looking for potentially as well. What's something we can look forward to? Like, what's something you feel comfortable hinting at that's like a cool moment or a cool idea or a cool concept that you want to share? And maybe members of the party could ask for specifics in character or things they want for their characters or things they like the sound of if Naail gets stuck on something.
I'll be honest, this campaign has been so exciting for me because I'm playing with like 3 different balls like to juggle with. Essentially,
okay.
It's a lot bigger. Terrible. It's a lot bigger than I think I can describe, if that makes sense. Like a lot of things are going to be happening. There's a lot. I think the most exciting thing is I'm playing with creatures and civilizations that I have never seen that much of. And what I have seen, I don't think has really delved into what they're about and what they're doing. One of the things that I love to do is really get into the lore of something and find a particular thing in that lore and then play with it. And, Titans were the one for the last campaign, playing with the idea of Titans and gods. And then this campaign is very much following that. And then we've got other creatures and other civilizations.
Such as...
Well, the Eternal Army is very old, right?
Sure.
So I guess this is a hint for people who really know their D&D lore. There is a civilization that still exists, but was once wiped out. The Eternal Army is very old and a very strong force of people, and they may or may not be responsible for that. We'll find out. That civilization and the Eternal Army will both play into this campaign, which I'm very, very excited about. I think G may be able to put two and two together because of the artwork notes that I've given. But I also haven't given that much detail in my artwork notes, so...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, G, we have to pass the buck to you then, because I have thoughts, but what do you think from the artwork?
I'm trying to remember what Naail actually said to me in his notes. I'm trying to work out what the race is, but my knowledge of D&D lore is not that amazing.
Forgotten Realms lore in particular.
I'll say that specifically the book that I read it in was Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes.
That doesn't help me, but okay.
Somebody on the chat right now is furiously typing.
I'm sure the mods are very carefully saying things along the line of, don't spoil it for everyone, but yes.
It's fucking this, it's fucking this!
Was it in Mordenkainen's or was it in Volo's?
I'm pretty sure it's in Mordenkainen's. I'm pretty sure, because that's where a lot of this was inspired from. Maybe I'll check. I don't know.
Hey, chat, who want to watch the show and party of players, why not go read Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes? Let's see what we can find in there. Good idea.
But why would I do that when I could be surprised?
It's also a really good point, Anne.
It's also a really long book. You'll probably read it and go, fuck knows.
To misquote a friend, some people like to delve deeper before, and others like to just see what happens. So I totally agree with this process. Should we have one more question before we retire? I think we've got time for one more solid one.
I haven't rolled.
Han, do that roll.
Do that roll.
Which is not the slogan at all.
It is now.
I've got a 9. I think we did that one.
We've had 9 already, yep.
Aw, come on.
We'll roll it again.
Modifier.
Well, yeah, okay, I'm going to add my charisma modifier to 9. Oh, it was a 0, so it doesn't matter.
No, not your characters.
So I can add it to that tick. Gosh, rolling well with these dice. Nat 20.
Hey!
Boom. Okay. On a natural 20, I ask you all this about your new campaign that's coming up. How would you like your character to end up? What do they want? What is your character's biggest hope, dream, ambition, goal, thesaurus?
Definitely not a thesaurus.
Goals.
No, gets out his DMing notebook again. Oh, it's a lot of very quiet people.
I think I've got Proteus, which is I must prove myself that I can handle myself without the coddling of my family. So ending up in a place of comfort and power and independence, I think.
Cool.
But also like a really sick outfit. I don't want to look Butters, please. So.
You're trying so hard not to be this, but you are, and you know it.
Wait, Butters?
Sorry, that's a very posh... Yeah, no.
Butters, isn't it?
Yeah, Butters being ugly. Not very nice.
Oh,
Yeah. Posh wanker
I
chat.
like butter myself.
Sorry, Evie, don't
So
worry.
do
The fact
I.
that Evie, the fact that you don't know speaks in your favour. That's what I'm going to say.
Look, you lie down with wolves, you get up with fleas. That's one way to describe boarding school. So,
Or to just, yeah. Less said about posh being posh, the better, eh? Good. Anyone?
we've had this chat. Anyway,
You and I have the same problem as Sandy talks of it. We sound incredibly posh, but we're not. Good. Right. I'm not that posh. Don't give me that look,
Sandy
Rebecca. That's fair. Anyone else? Goals, ambitions?
I'll get past session 2, see if I'm alive now.
The
Make it
to
so
live.
anything like
The
that.
ambition is to not die. What's that mean? Yeah? Cool.
Strong.
I guess that's sort of Vega's ambition as well, as in get into lots of fighting tournaments and not die by winning.
Is Vega looking for glory? Is it sort of
think it's
reclaiming
more-
some of...
So his mom was like this sort of legendary gladiator, like Muhammad Ali level legend of fighter, and he wants to, like, he feels the need to try and live up to that.
To try and have the same level of fame, or to
Yeah,
try
basically.
and... Oh, cool.
That's what he's going for. Or recognition, I guess, yeah.
Are you going to be doing like John Cena style calls to the crowd of "Say my name"? Like, is that going to be a thing that happens?
No, I don't think so.
Music.
No, I don't think he's a. It's, it's more of a. It's more of a UFC than WWE.
Oh, right.
Like, it's more a kind of like, okay, like, there's
Gonna be
no
throwing drinks at rappers.
You're going to start
there's no
wearing massive
like smack
coats?
talk. Technically.
So you're not playing Conor McGregor, just to be clear. Okay, good. Good to know, and thank you. Right, any more for big goals and ambitions? I think Mikey, I'm going to come back to you in a sec because you've dropped some hints, and I want to know more.
Okay.
Evie, Rebecca, big goals?
I'd say Malice's is very kind of broad, but it's just finding his place in the world and trying to understand where that might be.
Has he struggled to find his place?
Maybe. Who can say? Yes, the insinuation.
Love this about you, Evie. I can just drop like a "go on," and you go, "No, I'm not going to." Fine, I'll tell you, and just it comes out anyway.
Do not tell me secrets. I'm terrible.
So you're very much aiming with Malice then for the. Is it also partly about being a drow? Is it about trying to becoming from what one would describe as a stereotypically evil race, and we try and avoid stereotypes like that on the channel, but also it's the world? Are you drawing a parallel there to a certain extent?
It's not so much based in the race of drow, rather the environment of where they are coming from being very different from the one in which they are found. I'm trying to be really vague. I don't know if it's working.
I mean, either you grew up in a cult or there's something else awful going on, and
Why not both?
why not both? That's a good answer. Niall makes a note. Rebecca, what does Veracity want? Apart from the obvious.
I don't know that she even wants the obvious. I don't think she believes it's possible anymore.
What? It's been a week. It's been
a couple
a
of-
week.
It's been a really bad few weeks. It's been bad. And also she has like goldfish memory. So if
Fair.
and her party were like, we will get you uncursed. And where are they now? So
I thought the whole point was to make them not feel bad about this.
oh, there's a reason for it.
Okay.
But Veracity is still not with them at the moment. I
You're going to be
think
getting angry
Veracity...
texts from Nat throughout the entire campaign.
No, I'm going to be really careful to honour, especially Valkyrie and Viorica, because all of their characters were taking care of other
course.
people. So I'm not going to shit on that because that would be grim. I think Veracity's overall ambition is to need people less. She's sort of just attached herself to lots of people and gone, I need you to approve of me and look after me and tell me that I'm cool. I think Veracity would quite like to not need that for the
We
slightly
saw how that
reason
worked out last time.
yeah,
Interesting.
for the slightly bleak reason that she has to leave them all after a maximum of a week. So she's going to try and stand on her own 2 feet a bit more.
Not if they travel with you. Wow. Growing up a bit, that's I think, nice. Or also getting that sort of thick skin of adulthood.
Adults are meant to have thick skin.
Well, you know, that point where you go with it, casting off these childish things. There's a certain element of that, isn't there?
No one told me that. It's cool.
I mean, we all play D&D somewhat for a living. I think, you know, Ship has kind of.
I put on silly costumes and show off to people for a living. I never grow up.
Well, I'm glad your character is good, right?
Dear me, neck. Right.
Mike, any more reveals apart from surviving episode 2?
Surviving episode 2, that's a really good start. But actually thinking about sort of goals, it'd be lovely to see her. It's almost like it'd be nice to see her become like an upstanding member of society. Whether that actually means becoming a hero in its simplest terms, I think, because playing D&D and heroes is, as much as that is a classic staple of what this game can be, we play some very complex, very detailed stories that don't necessarily just mean you are the hero saving the day. So it's kind of going to be interesting playing with someone who has this preconception, similar to what Evie sort of hinted at, of this preconception of what heroes are and what they're like and what they're doing, and her going into that world and stepping into the shoes of what she sees as heroes, but not entirely sure if that's what she's going to be herself. I think maybe that's a nice and complicated.
That's really nice.
Answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's go with that.
That feels like a nice, strong point to finish on. Very nice. Thank you, everyone. Lovely stuff. Well, I hope you're all looking forward to the Eternal Army as much as these players are. I mean, we certainly are. Can't wait to see what happens. But yes, join us for the Into the Wastelands, the Eternal Army from September the 27th? September 27th. That's right.
That's my birthday.
Perfect. We launch on Evie's birthday. But yes, September 27th, join us for Into the Wastelands, the Eternal Army, which will be on Mondays through to December 13th, I think. So it might take us probably all the way up to Christmas. But yes, join us for that. That will be streamed on Monday evening, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. British Summer Time, which is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Time. There will be, wonderfully, daylight savings time somewhere in the middle of the campaign. So keep your eyes on social media. We'll try and... It's different times in different parts of the world, so there will be some weird time shiftings. Do keep an eye on that so you don't miss an episode. Of course, everything will be available to catch up on YouTube and is available in podcast form. So if you aren't a live watcher, this will not affect you in the same way, but there you go. All that will be there for you. Many thanks to our D20 Club on Patreon, all of our sponsors and supporters, and as Dave likes to say at the end of these, stay classy at the table, my friends.
Hey.
Very much.
Thanks,
Bye.
Thank you.